Alright, so the project for the honors kids, I'll have to look and see when the end of the 6 weeks is, but this will be due 1 week before the end of the 6 weeks, so I have time to look at it and get it in a system here. But your project's pretty simple. I need 40 equations. You're going to draw me a picture of something, okay? And I'm feeling kind of lazy, so I'm just going to draw a house. Let's see here. Maybe I'll put a tree there. X equals 2 is a vertical line. I'm going to restrict its domain to its range, because I want to cut its height a little bit by doing some y values. So let's let 0 be less than y be less than 4. And you see what that does is that kind of makes it a line segment. Let's make it 6 units long, so I got another one at 8. And we're kind of using, to some degree, set builder notation here. And I could use lines to make the roof, but I could also use absolute value. Halfway between 2 and 8 is what, 5? So let's play with absolute value here. Absolute value of x minus 5. Maybe reflect it and then shift it up a bunch of units. Let's try 10, 8, oh, whoops, 8, 7, there we go. And then what I'll do is I'll restrict the x values. Let's see, I only want x values between 2 and, actually let's make it a little bigger. You know, houses have eaves. 1.75 less than x less than 8.25. And ta-da, I have a house. Let's see here. I'm not going to do 40 equations here. I just don't have time for it. Let's do a tree, and that way I can use a parabola and put some quadratics in there. But you'll have to have so many of everything. Let's see here. Let's put a tree at around 10. Trees are tall. Let's see here. We'll have to restrict y for height. 0 less than y less than 10. 8. And we'll make it kind of thin. X is 11. 0 less than y less than 9. Oh, that's a pretty thick tree there. 10.5. 0 less than y less than 9. Oops, 8. I hadn't quite woke up. So there's my tree. And I don't know that you would normally do a tree with a parabola. You'd probably use a circle, but whatever. You can also do lines and stuff. There's lots of little things you can do here. Could rotate the parabola if you knew vertex form. Y equals, let's see, the center of that trunk is going to be at 10.25, so x minus 10.25 all squared. There's vertex form. Reflect it. We'll shift it up 9 units. And from there we'll restrict the range, say between 6 and 9. 6 less than y less than 9. Now this probably isn't the best way to draw a tree. I'm just showing you there's a parabola. You know, there's other things you can do. You could put in a whole bunch of little line segments there. You could draw a circle. I haven't shown you how to do a circle yet, but let's say x minus, what was that trunk, 10.25 to the second. This is geometry standard. Y minus 9 to the second. And then I can make the circle bigger or smaller by adjusting the radius, like equals 1. Oops. I don't need it to be y equals, sorry. 1 equals, 2 equals, 3 equals, 4 equals, 5 equals, 6 equals. You know, there's your default. You're in 3rd grade, you drew a tree. You know, you guys have to have lines in here, so maybe you could put some sticks and branches in there. You can do that using point slope form. And I'm just showing you things you can do here. Put a slope of 2, x minus, seems like I had a branch at 10. And I could restrict that. You have to restrict it 2 ways here. You'll have to restrict it both wide and high. So if I wanted to go out 2 units, I'd say 10.5 less than x less than maybe 12.5. And there the branch goes out. And you actually didn't need to restrict the height because it only fed at certain x values. And then you could draw some little branches off that one. There's lots of things you can do. You know, a main branch has little branches. Well, you can, if you want to know where 2 lines intersect, you can just kind of put your little cursor over the, there you go, 10.6. And there's a little branch off of another branch. Then you just play with that until you get something that looks the way you like. You could even put little circles on the end of that, maybe draw some leaves somehow. Lots of things you can do. But your project is to simply draw me something in Desmos. And you have to use absolute value, equations of lines. Don't have to use circles, you can if you want. But it's not hard. It'll take you some time. Do not be the kid who goes on Google and looks for a project somebody has already done and turns it into me. Because if you can search Google and find something, so can I. Right? I believe I can.